Hello all, I hope you've been fine since the last time we sort of talked, or since the last video. So in today's video we just want to do a recap of the cows that we sort of synchronized and served. You are well aware that in few weeks ago we did serve our Asia. We also did serve the Friesian, and this video essentially is going to talk about all that, and hopefully you learn and hopefully you get something out of it. So let me give a small synopsis of sort of what happened. So towards the end of June we did synchronize our cows using a hormone. We did this because we don't know the fertility history of these cows and we just didn't want to take chances. Artificial insemination, unfortunately, is still a very expensive business in Kenya and I believe worldwide. And if you're taking that route with your cows, then you have to be very sure about what you're doing. And that's why we introduced the idea of, synchronizing them using a hormone. So when you do this thing, you hope for the cows to come on heat and you serve them, but it's not always a very straightforward process. We were lucky enough to have our Asia come on heat in about 4 days and we served her. The Friesian, however, took multiple attempts, about 3 more attempts of the hormone before she eventually came on heat. So the Asia was served on the 26th of June and she was due to come on heat on 17th of July. So that's when we would probably have the first signs if to tell us if, say, our service was successful or it didn't go as planned. We are happy to report that the cow hasn't come on heat right now, touch wood. We hope it doesn't. And we're also happy to report that after the so many trials we did with the Friesian, it eventually came on heat and we were able to serve it on 14th of July. So we served the Friesian on the 14th of July and we expected it to come on heat on the 5th of August. It has not come on heat as well, so we are happy and we hope it's all successful. As I said in my first video when we were doing the service, say for the Asia, it takes about 3 months for you to be very sure. So we still can't really determine, or we still can't confirm if it was successful or not. But I think everything is pointing towards the right direction and we are very happy in the farm and it's an exciting time in our farm. We just hope that we are able to continue with the right trend. Cow ownership is a journey, it's not a just destination, and there are a few milestones that as a cow farmer or a dairy farmer you seek to achieve. One of those milestones is, first of all, buying the cow, having the cow in your herd, feeding it properly, servicing it or serving it, it getting pregnant, it delivering, it's starting to produce. So we are so far taking the right milestones and we are happy to talk about it. Towards after serving the Friesian, however, it got sick. This is just a general update of the cows. It had what the vet told us is called the black heart, and it was caused by ticks. So when we were spraying her, there are certain times we were not very keen, and I think the tick infection came from it. She was administered for an antibiotic, and she's back on her feet. She's bubbly, and she's back to being the Friesian cow that we so love and desire to have in our farm. We have also brought in hives on our farm, so it's a big experiment. If successful, our farm will be the land of milk and honey, literally. However, it can go the other way. We know bees are still very dangerous, and we are trying to raise them in the same space as we are doing the dairy cows. I know it's not a typical scenario, and later on we aim to transfer them to our orchard. We are also setting up an orchard, but as of now we want to sort of just bring them up where we keep our cows. Then we can move them forward in the latter days. We are enjoying the journey so far. We are enjoying the journey of being small scale farmers in Kenya. Of course, there's a lot of things to learn. There is still a long way to go, and You know, a farm has a lot of surprises, some of which you may not envision, and it's just something that you have to live with, and you have to make adjustments as you go by. Is like any other business out there where you can plan for, you really can't plan for everything. You can only plan for, say, those things that you can envision, but you know, you don't always get them right all the time. For instance, when you are administering the hormone to our cows, we thought it will be smooth sailing, but it's not always black and white, as we found out with our Friesian cow. So right now the waiting game starts with both the Asia and the Friesian. And if there's one thing we are learning every day in our farm, is the art of being patient. You really can't fasten certain things. If a cow is to give birth in 9 months, you can't make it give birth in 2 months. If a cow's pregnancy can only be confirmed in 3 months, you only have to wait for 3 months. Yes, you can do certain tests, but the most accurate way is to do palpitations, rectal palpitations after every 3 months. So yeah, that's just the update of what we've been up to in the month of July, and I hope, you know, we continue learning together. We are enjoying the journey, albeit it being frustrating at times, but we really love it. And what gives us a lot of satisfaction is to see our cows grow, is to see our farm grow from a plain field, which was literally just a bush, to now a farm full of life, full of vigor, you know, and you know, offering a lot of promises. And we also, you know, look at our development. We started this journey. If you had talked to us about farming in December in 2025, probably we wouldn't have much to talk about. But right now we feel like we've been in the game for far so long, but it's just been months. So you can see how far you are able to learn in a very short period of time. And we just want to dissipate the same knowledge we have to the rest of you. We're not dissipating it from a point of, you know, being experts. We're just dissipating it from a point of being experienced for a while, coming from, you know, the route of not knowing anything to the point of, you know, knowing something to share. You know, sometimes living experience, you can't beat living experience. I think lived experience is the best form of learning, and that's the only way we can, you know, do stuff in the farm properly. So right now our ventures are doing quite well. We also have few deliveries. Our goats delivered, 2 of our goats delivered. One delivered a female kid, and the other one delivered a male kid. We are very, very happy. These small things for a small scale farmer gives us a lot of joy and gives us a lot of satisfaction. So yeah, now our ventures are now taking shape. Our cows appear to be pregnant. Our goats are giving birth. We now have our apiary being set up. I think we're making progress for a farm that has just been in existence for like about 5 to 6 months. I think we are not doing as bad as probably sometimes we think we are. So yeah, that's basically the update, and we'll keep you up to date with any new you know, any new misgiving or any new news that happens to our farm. Yeah, so just stay tuned, and thank you so much for the few people who have subscribed, and for the few people who keep on supporting our content. It means so much to us as a small farm, and subsequently being a small channel, and we just hope we can offer you value for your time. Thank you, and see you next time in the next video. Bye bye.